Morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place, place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning. I wanna share my love, but it's gotta be with someone who's precious. You're never gonna get my love, accepting that you're real, real precious. You're never gonna cramp my style, baby, cause I get a lot of pleasure. And if you wanna test my style, you better have a whole lot of measure. Cause I'm a rock back chick, never tag along the never look back chick. Trendy, a little crazy, intelligently singing rock back chick. No sticks, no stones, or any kind of weapon don't belong. I don't wanna
This is the Tobago Updates Morning Show coming to you live from the Fort Mall in Scarborough. Viewers, we want to say welcome to you this morning as we continue to give thanks. I am Julian Ski.
And I am Rhea Richardson George, and this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning to you, Tobago. Good morning, Trinidad, Caribbean, and those of you viewing us on the live. Good morning to you, Julian.
Good morning, Rhea. It's a beautiful morning for us here, and we continue our connection between Trinidad and Tobago to deliver the show here this morning, Rhea.
What is the weather like over there, Julian?
The weather is quite good this morning, Rhea. Quite good. I couldn't get the usual walk out and enjoy some sunlight and so on, but I could see it from the window.
Okay. Well, we had some rain in the east this morning, but Scarborough seemed pretty dry, but it's a cool morning over here.
Right. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice at that. So, Rhea, you know, today, in terms of happening in the Tobago space, we had some very uneasy kind of news yesterday. Yeah. Bringing to us the situation where we would have seen, unfortunately, we had to find out of the passing of this young lady who came across to Tobago in terms of visiting. You know, Vanna's very tragic end. And we really want to extend condolences to the family indeed with what would have transpired here. Because especially at a time where we are trying to rebuild our tourism product, this is really not the kind of news that we are looking forward to.
Definitely. And I understand that she is involved in modeling, and in fact she's an actress and a model, you know, or was an actress and a model, and it was really sad to have heard. And it was just yesterday morning that I saw all over social media a friend of hers who was posting asking for persons to assist in finding her because her family and friends had been looking for her and unable to contact her. And then we learned of the unfortunate circumstances later on in the day. So again, condolences to the family and friends. You know, you did mention as we look to build our tourism sector, this does not augur well for us.
Yes, it's certainly real. But on the flip side, we would also have had a situation where, again, coming out of those breakfast talks with the Chief Secretary and the Prime Minister, the Minister of Health yesterday, Terence Yalsing, announced the fact that coming out of those discussions, we saw where the Prime Minister made a decision to extend the hours in terms of the beach. So it's now open from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I mean, again, signaling, it would appear that those conversations went very well for the minister to actually relate that coming out of those discussions with the Chief Secretary and the Prime Minister. So that too, again, is a good signal for us in terms of building the relationship between the Chief Secretary and the Prime Minister and their constitutionally due quarterly meetings.
And the tourists on the island have really appreciative of that, because for a lot of them, by the time, you know, when you're relaxing, when you're on vacation, you do not get moving until about 9, 10 o'clock really, after you've had breakfast and you relax a little bit. So by the time they are, you know, ready to go off to the beach, it's time for the beaches to close. So this extension, and I believe it starts from the 31st, which is not this week, viewers, but next week, because, you know, in Trinidad and Tobago, we're here and we're ready to move. No, it's next week. From next week, Monday the
Well, you
31st,
see,
it takes effect.
we have grown so accustomed to as of midnight.
Definitely. But as of
All right.
Monday next.
Any yes, as of Monday next, as of Monday next. Any birthdays or anniversaries, Rita, before we run out of time in this segment?
Definitely. So we have Marina Wilson celebrating her birthday, and I think so. Before we get to the next, Marina, happy birthday! This is the mother of Gail Phillips and Nicole Phillips. Nicole and I went to school together. Nicole, Gail, and I are all friends. So happy birthday going out to Auntie Marina Wilson of Mount St. George, Tobago. Lots of love going out to you today from the entire Signal Hill Secondary School. You are mother to many of us, so love going out to you. And to Wilkinson, I think I have that picture up. That's right.
Nice.
Wilkinson Coker Jr., known to his family and friends as Ellison, is celebrating his birthday today. So Wilkinson, love going out to you from the Cokers, the Grants, the Richardsons, special from Kimmery, all right, and our family as well. So love going out to you this morning, Wilkinson. Have a great day. And Natalie sends her love, and Wayne sends his love as well. So all the best to you.
Ria, I also have a special birthday today. It's one of our viewers always tuned in, Carol Fraser Davidson, up there in Speyside.
Happy
Good
birthday,
morning
Carol.
and happy birthday to you. And I know she probably said, how Juliet remember this? Good morning and happy birthday to you, Miss Carol. We trust that you have an enjoyable day coming from all of us here at the Tobago Updates family. And we thank you for continuing to tune in and to support Tobago Updates. I'm also sending out birthday greetings to my cousin, Chanel Skeet. Good morning and happy birthday to you. Morning out there in Buku, Tobago. All right, sending out happy birthday greetings. Yes, happy birthday to you. We trust that you have an enjoyable day. And we also have birthday greetings going out to Kyle Keynes Dumas. All right, he's known in the world of photography. So good morning and happy birthday to you, Kyle Keynes Dumas. That's one of my colleagues coming out of my Bishop's High School days. We're in class together, so I want to wish Kyle a happy birthday coming from the Tobago Updates family.
As well, Julia, I'm seeing on the live here that Paula James Roberts is sending birthday greetings to Uncle Percy in Signal Hill. Happy birthday going out to you, Uncle Percy. All right.
Nice.
Julia Brown says, good morning, my islanders. I'm locked in from Brooklyn, New York to one of the best morning shows. Why, thank you so much, Julia Brown, and good morning to you as well.
And if my memory serves me well, we are going out on a limb here. Today should also be the birthday of Ayana Ned, and she's known fondly as Cosmo Gill. Morning, and birthday blessings to you, Ayana Ned, and I trust that you have an enjoyable one as well, coming here from the Tobago Updates family. Ria, I see the live building up. Charla Ramsey Roberts is also on the live with us, and the energy is high for Miss Carol Fraser Davidson as well, so I hope she's celebrating at home with us.
That's right. So, Julian, what's coming up? What's coming up on the program this morning?
All right. So, as we go to the rundown this morning, we begin the discussions this morning hearing from Winston Gypsy Peters, chairman of the National Carnival Commission, as well as Ainsley King, president of the Trinbago Unified Calypsonians Association, TUCO, and Shirley Cook, president of the Crown Point Business Association. And this morning, we're discussing the very obvious topic, Safe Zone Carnival 2022. Let's see what that would look like for Tobago and, in fact, for Trinidad and Tobago.
Definitely. And following them, we've got Karen Frank, head nurse attached to the oncology department of the Old Scarborough Hospital. And this morning, the focus would be on Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. And for those of you who do not know, purple is the color that signifies or lends support to cervical cancer. So if you want to support, wear purple throughout the month, wear purple every day, at least a hint of purple to support those who are going through cervical, those women, because viewers, men don't have cervix. Okay, so yeah, you support those women who are going through the process.
I see Rhea is schooling us here in studio at the Tobago Updates. All right. And we wrap this morning segment with Sherwin Cunningham, manager of the Masters Kaiso 10, and Leslie Ann Ellis, no stranger in the Tobago space, but this morning she's going to be here in her administrative capacity as assistant manager of the Masters Calypso 10. And again, we're talking the Calypso in the context of the Safe Zone Carnivals for 2022. Let's hear what some of the plans are coming from that angle in terms of the tents and so on, where people may be exposed to our indigenous music, man. Calypso,
That's right.
or as we say in TNT, Kaiso, Kaiso.
All right, so it's da 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 day da doy. Okay, no, we continue on this morning.
Ria, and if I have to follow that Q&A at all, I want to say thank you to the viewers on TV and all across our social media platforms. And before I go and take that dive, I want to remind you, share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Good morning, good morning, put a smile on your
Patricia Nicholson Richards to
Welcome
a top
to Tobago
story.
Update Sports. I'm your boy Marcus Daniel. Thank you.
Trinidad and looms as
remains when
the public is
nobody lives here. Oil and gas exploration continues to affect the livelihood.
Spearsides Marine
in Tobago fishermen.
When will the
Sion
Roxborough
Francis
Hospital be fully functional?
of the 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. window
Still
at
find
the Irish
treasures like the golden
continue to
waterfall.
rise in Tobago.
So you guys coming back and I will...
MI4
All right,
Security
good.
Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
You can now get whatever you...
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Viewers, welcome back this morning to the Tobago Updates Morning Show. At this time, we are focused on Safe Zone Carnival 2022. On the program to chat with us, we've got Shirley Cook, who's going to be coming up with us right now. And Shirley is the president of the Crown Point Business Association. Along with her this morning, we will be chatting during the morning with Ainsley King, president of Tobago Unified Calypsonians Association, or TUCO, as well as Winston Gypsy Peters, the chairman of the National Carnival Commission, or the NCC. Good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning, Ria.
Good morning. Good morning.
Julian. And
it's good to have you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Just a quick correction. I am the vice president of the Crown Point.
Vice president of the Crown Point.
No, I'm the vice president of the Crown Point Business Association, but at the moment, because of the passing of Martha Archer, I'm assuming that role of president temporarily. So I need to just make that part clear. But thank you for having me this morning.
Well, allow us to start this morning's interview by extending condolences to the entire association on the passing of Martha Archer. I know she had an enormous contribution to carnival and culture in Tobago.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Most definitely. And as we go forward, let me also extend my condolences to Maurice and the entire family. Certainly. But what that means for you, Shirley Cook, as I'm certain she would be looking down, is that there are now big shoes to fill, which no doubt, as an essential vice president, you should be able to fulfill that responsibility at best.
Absolutely. And in addition to myself and Martha, we also have another team another person, Mr. Telly Cruz, as he's fondly known, and obviously other business associates that help to promote Crown Point Juve. So now we're here speaking about the safe zones for Carnival 2022.
Definitely. Let's get your thoughts, Martha Archer. Shirley Cook. Lord help me. Shirley Cook. Shirley, let's get your thoughts this morning on the announcement by the Minister of Culture on having that safe zone for carnival. There are those who are saying vax for mass, and some persons are in favor of it. Some are saying it doesn't make any sense. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, Martha, my thoughts are that as much as we would like to keep the carnival in Trinidad and Tobago alive, and with respect to the pandemic, I think, and the artists, I'm sure, would be happy to have the opportunity to portray their talents and to bring something to the fore. With respect to the safe zones, I think that's an ill-conceived concept for the kind of carnival product that Trinidad and Tobago is known for. I'm not saying that it's a totally bad idea. I think it needs to be thought out, and I think the time frame is very short. I'm not sure if that would be bring in the kind of the kind of economic activity, especially some persons would be left out of that process because they choose not to vaccinate. In addition to that, you also the diaspora from which we get persons coming into the country, and the need for foreign exchange, as we know. Persons who choose not to vaccinate would be left out of that. So I am not sure that we even need to call this a carnival. This year, we need to probably find another term for it. It provided us, unfortunately, there are several factions of carnival entities in Tobago. And I think some of those funds should have been wisely spent on organizing the carnival in Tobago to bring the factions together under an umbrella that we can develop the mass and the carnival in Tobago in a way that mesh with Destination Tobago. And this is just about throwing monies behind a concept that cannot really be fulfilled at this time.
So it's interesting that you would say that, because I know the regulations isn't out yet. But what form do you anticipate it will take on for this year, quote unquote, carnival, as it's being described, in order to comply with the regulations? And you feel free to also recommend what do you feel might be some of the best case in order to maximize this quote unquote approval that we're getting in the regulation for a safe zone type carnival in Tobago?
First of all, the concept of safe zones, given the science, given what we know, it's contradictory to the ability to not spread the COVID and to control the pandemic. That is number one. It sounds good, just like the bubble had sounded good, the traffic light system internationally had sounded good, but it does not drive in terms of controlling the pandemic, and that is the science. So that in itself is where we need to start. How we can do it is that obviously the artists and artisans need support and need to display their craft. I think that we need to look at things like pop-up events throughout the length and breadth of Tobago. We can have different sessions where we do that and artists come out and do their stuff so that everybody is is kind of part of it and doing the same health protocols that are necessary. The 3 W's are the key to really controlling the pandemic, in addition to other measures. However, doing the carnival as an exclusive vaccinated concept is not, in my opinion, I don't think that's where we should be going at this time, because there's so many things that we could spend that money on in the carnival fraternity to get carnival and to build the capacity of persons who are in the carnival fraternity. There are too many fractions. Spend the money on bringing people together, spend the money on enabling people to develop their skills and their crafts, so that when we roll this out in 2023, we are ready to display carnival in Tobago in a way that is truly all-inclusive and all-encompassing.
Martin George, the chairman of the...
On what you just said, I had a follow-up question. Shirley, so does that then mean, as the representative of the association, we are moving away from our Tobago practice that says, a little something is better than nothing at all, to get things restarted? Don't you see this as an opportunity to allow the fraternity to be a little more creative in terms of coming up with ways to embrace the safe zone concept of carnival? What are your thoughts?
Yes, I mean, we have to be innovative. This is a time that requires that. That's why I said that the artists and artisans should be able to do pop-up events at various locations, with a little bit of warning, so that persons could experience some form of it. But I think also that is like an innovative part of the idea of how we could start little by little. But I really don't think the impact and it's just going to be, it's just going to be like, a few people benefiting. As we know, the vaccination rate in Tobago is very low. So how many persons are going to attend these events? It's just, government might as well give these monies to the various factions to develop their craft, for them to come up with innovative ways to develop their craft. I am not sure that just giving monies out there for a carnival that used to be a month away, the 28th of February to the 1st of March, is something that would bring the benefits that we need at this time.
Now, Martin George, the chairman of the Tobago Business Chamber, he said that government should refocus its energies from attempting to host carnival events this year. He said, in fact, they should focus a little bit more on the education sector, the economy, and battling COVID-19. Shirley, as well, the PRO of the IDA, Kay Trotman, says, in fact, she referred to this type of carnival from what the government is saying, with no fetes, no parties, as a taste of carnival. Is it really, or can it really be called carnival if we have no fete, no party? You're talking about just a show, people just sit and watch. Is it really a carnival?
No, it's not. And we're trying to come up with ways to say that we're having a carnival in 2022. That is not a carnival. Even the concept, what I proposed about doing pop-up, that is not a carnival. It just allows the artists and artisans to get out there and do a little bit of their craft. As Julian said, little by little. Let's not call it a carnival. You see, we always feel like we use a phrase and we're in it, or we get to do carnival, but that is not a carnival. That, we accept a lot of things that is untruths and feel like we have done it. But the reality is that I really don't think, I agree with Mr. George, Attorney George, that those monies, Tobago, there are so many areas in Tobago that needs development and that needs to build the capacity from the ground up. And we must look at events holistically in the concept of Destination Tobago. How do we build? And that is where the monies need to be going right now. How do we build so that we come out strong, so that we come out as an island who can provide an event? And Tobago does not, we talk about an alternative carnival for Tobago. We should talk about an alternative event. Carnival for Trinidad and Tobago is really a Trinidad type of event.
Shirley, let me ask you quickly here. What about carnival being postponed? What about the event itself being postponed to a later date in the year?
And that in and of itself, I don't even think it makes sense, because we know carnival in Trinidad and Tobago and the world kind of revolves around Trinidad carnival, and there is a kind of hopping around the world to go see different events. So bringing it at another time, I think it doesn't augurs well for all the other events that people really go to around the world. I mean, persons like Mr. Gypsy may have a different approach, but the point is that we can sit out another year. We could sit out another year, but be innovative. Let all the different factions of carnivals in Tobago come up, send their proposals to the Festivals Commission as to how they can conduct these things. Government telling us on how things are to be done is archaic, it's old, and it's good money behind.
Shirley, are we therefore likely to see the participation of the Crown Point Business Association and members of the association in this proposal for Safe Zone Carnival by the Prime Minister?
With the Crown Point Juve experience, that requires, we are not going to water down that experience by trying to do any safe zone. It cannot work. Crown Point Juve is a particular and unique experience that I do not think that we need to try to water that down. We could invite artists and artisans in the space, like I said, to at different times to just, conduct their craft. We can do that. But to say that we're having a safe zone Juve celebration in Crown Point, that would not happen this year. We will put forward. Go ahead.
No, I was just going on to ask you, is it therefore safe to say what we will see is the calypso competitions, the soca competitions, etc., allowing the artists to be able to compete with a virtual audience? I don't know. You give us a sense. What are we likely to see?
Well, the virtual audience is another concept, but it doesn't. you don't get that feel. I mean, but we can do it in this time because of the short time frame and all of that. The virtual competition for Calypsonians, it's feasible. That is feasible, and I think that is something that should be considered. I do not think that holding private ZESA Carnival events and call it Carnival 2022 is a standard at which we should be looking at and and feel comfortable. We need to like I said, develop the sectors, bring all the sectors together. There's too much fractions, and and that lead to a kind of the kind of carnival and the kind of challenges we see in Tobago's carnival.
Okay, well, Shirley, we really want to thank you for joining us very quickly here. In terms of the economics of this, of Carnival, what, in your estimation, can happen that can allow for money to be circulated, for money to be generated? What type of event do you think can work for now, given 5 weeks to Carnival date itself? Tell us.
Well, I'm going back to the same point, Ria. All the factions of Carnival entities in Tobago should put forward a proposal to the Festivals Commission ASAP, indicating how they can function in this short notice of putting on a carnival, quote unquote, so that each would be looked at for the feasibility of it, but just having safe zone carnival ZESA parties is not the way that we as a people should go to say that we have a carnival. We need Ria to have the people who brings carnival to life, who can perform. We can bring the mass. You can have mass pieces displayed along the strip in Crown Point because it's a business hub. We can have different mass pieces, the opportunity for mass band leaders to display their craft and to get people to understand, that they are there and they're ready for mass for next year. Let us bring out the factions. Let us expose them to the people of Tobago to understand what they do. So this is, you can have a person just put on a mass piece, and when they're doing the pop-up events, on the strip or anywhere else in Tobago, in Scarborough, you can have carnival feeling around the island. So that's my thoughts.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Shirley Cook, for joining us this morning on the program. There's some who say half a loaf is better than none, but we'll see how it goes. Really appreciate having you on the program this morning.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, you as well. Well, viewers, interesting times ahead, we'll see. Well, we head over, Julian, to our good stuff. Yeah, and in our good stuff this morning, 7 Signal Hill Secondary School stars shine brightly in the Caribbean. It's celebration time. The Signal Hill family is in full celebration mode today. We are pleased to announce that 6 of our students emerged in the top 10 on the 2021 CXC Advanced Examinations merit list in the Caribbean. 3 Signal Hill Secondary School young ladies, Miss Amaya Yates, Miss Chelsea Price, and Miss Amber Mayhew, were in the top 10 for performing arts. What a phenomenal achievement. So ladies, congratulations to you. Maybe someday we'll have you guys on the Tobago Updates morning show, maybe someday really soon. You never know. So congratulations going out to you and all the best. Keep shining. All right. So viewers, we are going to switch gears just after. Sorry, Julian, you were saying?
No, I was saying that's indeed exceptional. I'm always excited about youth development and young people doing outstanding things there. So I'm very happy about that. But we are just before you go across, I wanted us to send out, I noticed she said this morning, Maria Saunders on the live with us. It's her birthday and she's locked on. Happy birthday to you, Maria Saunders.
Birthday.
Just as we move into our next segment.
All right. Well, lots more coming up on the program. So we encourage you this morning, viewers, share the live, share the live, share the live.
I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards. To our
Welcome to
top
Tobago
story.
Update Sports. I'm your boy Marcus Daniel. Thank you.
Trinidad and looms as
remains. When
the public is making
nobody lives here. Oil and gas exploration continues to affect the livelihood
Spearside's marine
in Tobago fishermen,
When will the
Sion
Roxborough
Francis,
Hospital be fully functional?
of the 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. window
still find
at the island
treasures like the golden
continue to
waterfall.
rise in Tobago.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning.
Morning. It's just
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers. It's 7:43 a.m. and this is the Tobago Updates morning show. We had a slight technical break in transmission there, viewers, but we are back with you. And in this segment, we are chatting with Sheldon Cunningham as well as Leslie Ann Ellis, manager and assistant manager as we speak the 2022 Safe Zone Carnival. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. It is Sherwin Cunningham, not Sheldon.
Sherwin Cunningham. Oh my gosh, I've gone to your colleague there, my very good friend Sheldon Cunningham.
Good morning.
So good morning to you, Sherwin and Leslie Ann. How are you all doing this morning?
I am blessed and highly favored.
I must say that you all are looking bright in Tobago Updates colors.
That's right.
We weren't even aware.
So we wanna start off this morning by getting a feel from you in terms of how are you going to maximize? We were just chatting with another stakeholder that felt that this essentially isn't really carnival in the truest sense of the word in the safe zone context. But how are you embracing that in relation to your tent?
Okay, so let me go first. I think that I too am not in agreement with the safe zone carnival per se, because it's really a glorified sort of fete, and I am not in support of it. I think that it's time to open up the place and allow people to practice their safety measures, and we could continue as we were before.
Okay. Leslie, and what do you
I totally agree with Sherwin. No safe zone carnival. The virtual shows, I think they would work just fine. I don't know why we're rushing into... I don't know what is the big rush. I think 2025 is a good year for us to get carnival once this thing goes down a bit, because COVID is a serious, serious thing. We cannot take it lightly. So I totally disagree with the safe zone. We could continue with the virtual shows and just get the GoFundMe, and so we still will be making some kind of income.
All right, let me ask Sherwin here, because Sherwin, I heard you say that, let's open up. It's time, we need to move forward here. But how do we do that in the context of a lot of persons still being unvaccinated, one, and the still increase in COVID-19 cases? How do we do that? We know ourselves. If already at this point, police officers in and around Tobago and Trinidad are still charging persons who tried to flout the law by not wearing their masks in vehicles in and around Scarborough and around the island, how do we get them to do so? How do we get them to follow these safety protocols in a carnival fete or during the carnival experience when it's all free wine and jam? How do you... I don't know.
Okay, so let me contradict your numbers a bit. We have been living with this since 2019. And like it or not, admitting it or not, we have been dressing behind doors in public. People have been doing what they are not supposed to do behind doors. So, like it or not, we have been existing with this creature, so to speak. Since 2019, we might as well allow people to go about their normal lives, just encourage them to practice the safety measure. No, it's not perfect, nothing is perfect, but at some point in time, we learn to live with this, and the time is now.
Okay.
It's the new normal.
Leslie Ann, I want to get a sense from you. How do you think artists like yourself will take or embrace the challenge of deferring carnival once again, when, as I was just saying to in our first segment, as I am seeing happening throughout the world, there are possibilities for virtual competitions, whether it is steampunk, whether it is calypso, whether it is soca, and persons can compete to a virtual audience, similar to what some of our major soca artists are doing, just to keep people connected to the music and the energy. And I know you are about vibe and energy, Leslie Ann. Tell us, is there an opportunity there?
Well, it is a new normal, so if I have to adjust, I will. I see nothing wrong with the virtual. We had a virtual Calypso Monarch in 2019, and once you advertise properly to get the amount of lookers, viewers that you want, I think the show would be perfect. It all depends on advertisement, how you sell the show, because it is now virtual. You won't have actual crowd. It's a virtual show, so advertisement would have to go a long way where that is concerned. And I guess I'd have to build my own vibes, because I don't have the crowd there to say, Leslie, you know me as a vibes buddy, I got to build that for myself.
And from the signal I'm seeing there from Sherwin, I know that he's thinking that's no challenge for Leslie Ann, but go ahead, Sherwin.
Leslie Ann said 2019. The virtual competition was in 2020. not 2019. But we have been doing virtual shows via the tent since the shutdown because we had to find ways to adjust. We had to adjust in order to cope. And we have been doing well thus far with the assistance of THA and private sponsors. And I am encouraging all and sundry to get on board and support because now it's time that we really need your support.
All right, so I want you to tell us a little bit about the Calypso. Let me make sure I have it right. It's Calypso Colosseum.
Leslie Ann.
Calypso Colosseum. That's a tent run by Mr. Kenny Phillips in San Fernando. He invited the Masters Calypso tent to be a part of it. It started from January and it's going to end in February, I think the 20-something of February. We will be the first Tobago tent featured. We'll be featured Saturday the 29th. It will be myself, my beautiful daughter, Gavi Sandy, Shamika Dinoon, Len Phillips, and Caston Cupid would be the 5 members from the Masters Calypso tent. And I can tell you, satisfaction guaranteed on Saturday. Pull out your bank card, your credit card, pull out your piggy bank, go below your mattress and donate, and donate. Because that's the way we're going to get paid. If you don't donate, we can't live. Come on, people. Pull out everything.
Now, you both are Calypsonians, and we want a taste of what you all will have to. Yes, Leslie Ann and Sherwin, yes. We want a taste of what can the patrons expect virtually. What can they expect? I don't know who wants to go first. Sherwin, you, and then we take Leslie Ann.
Can I ever do an interview with Rhea and don't sing? Can I?
No. Sherwin, what can we expect?
I am not even on the show. It's only 5 Calypsonians per night.
Sherwin, okay, you're not on the show. You're not on the show, granted, but you're on the program this morning. Give us a taste. You're representing the Masters.
I love it.
So,
Sherwin, you always have something in your back pocket. Always.
Okay, so let me go with
I think I would save my manager here. I would save my manager. Sherwin, I'll sing for both of us.
Thank you.
I will do a piece of the song, a song that I'm doing on Saturday that was written by Sherwin. It's not one of his regular topic. It's a kind of one of my groovy soakers. I have 3 groovy soakers that people are not aware of that I also did groovy. It's called Stalker. Please, people, it's not related to anyone. Sherwin just wrote this song. It has nothing to do with anyone, okay?
Bears no semblance to anyone in the public.
Thank you very much. You thought that I would never get over you. You thought I always would cry tears over you. You thought I never would find love. Well, boy, you lie. You had a good thing, but you make it fail. You lose a good head for a piece of tail. Now you miss the water when the well dry. Now you pack up by me gap night and day. And when I coming outside, you're driving away. I leave me windows open, what could I see? You on top of 3 peeping in at me. I go show you a good movie, stop stalking me. You didn't know I would have catch myself, stop stalking me. You thought I couldn't find someone else, stop stalking me. You doing things that you never do, stop stalking me. I saw last night you saw it too, stop stalking me. I didn't know that you were a stalker, stop stalking me. I go get a restraining order, stop.
Stop stalking me.
Wow.
I didn't know that you were.
Rhea, I have one question for Sherwin.
Yes.
When you write these songs, do you have in mind who you want to do this performance? Who you think this song is for? How do you know which song suits which artist?
Okay, so
that song was written more than 10 years now, eh? It was written more than 10 years ago. That's why I made up front is not for no particular. You know, people like to brand, oh, she sing that for sir. No, it's not.
Okay, well, I write songs specific to persons, right? So if I know you have a high-pitched voice or a low-pitched voice, I will write the song to suit you and your personality as well. And you can see that's the answer.
Excellent job. Every year, with every artist that you've written for, Sherwin, you never, ever fail. You never fail. Excellent job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely.
So Sherwin, even if Rhea wants to enter Calypso, you can write for Rhea as well.
Of course.
As well as you.
Tell me where, Julian. Julian, where do you come out with these things?
Of course he can, Julian. And I would like to cut in and say that the Masters, we have 3 shows planned for this year.
Yeah.
And we are really hoping for sponsorship from the THA, Mr. Farley. I hope you're listening. I'm the one that gave you the trophy when you threatened Mr. London, yes. Please remember, we are really looking forward to a positive, because we already sent in our sponsorship letter since last year, September. So we are really hoping for something positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Sherwin, Cunningham, and Leslie and Ellis. Never a dull moment with either or the both of you on the program.
The pleasure is all ours.
We almost had to leave the 2 of them alone there.
Definitely, they were made for the stage. Definitely.
And please, people, don't forget Saturday the 29th, Calypso Coliseum, the Masters Calypso 10. Take out your bank book, your credit card, your piggy bank under the mattress. Donate, 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 donate. Like, share, contribute. That's the only way we'll get paid. Let's keep Calypso alive.
All right.
Just before we run off, tell the viewers, for those younger people interested in kite, so and you would try a thing or two, but you're not sure if you have that talent, how can they reach out to more experienced persons like yourself and the tent to help them to develop?
Well, my number is 762-2351. My daughter and I, we have been working with Calypsonians who reach out to us. Sherwin and Miss Duncan also have a Calypso camp that they would help the juniors. Sherwin number is 760-9801. So any of us could be reached. I am always willing to put down a hand to help up a young Calypsonian.
Thank you so much.
Excellent. Rhea, perhaps she can allow us to exit in song.
Stop stalking me.
Oh, Lord, I like that. You thought that I would have missed you all my life. You thought that I would have shriveled up with strife. You thought I would have hide away inside myself. You thought the neighbor would have mock and laugh at me. You thought I would have shame cause you leave me. Well, the joke on you, you can't even tell. 2 o'clock at night, you calling me phone. And when I say hello, you're breathing alone. I know it's you cause I have star 69. I go put the police in your behind. Don't call me bloody line. Stop stalking me. I didn't know I would have catch myself. Stop stalking me. You thought I couldn't find someone else. Stop stalking me. I doesn't have to fake with he. Stop stalking me. My screams are real with ecstasy. Stop stalking me. I didn't know that you were a stalker. Stop stalking me. I gotta get Irish reading order. Know that you were a stalker. You said me never know that you were a stalker. Hey, no, you were a stalker. Hey, you were. There's actually a rap party, but I really
if we give her all morning, she's gonna take it. So viewers, we head over to Devon Adana with This Day in Tobago History. Thank you so much, Leslie.
This day in Tobago history. Did you know that on January 27, 1934, Tobago extended her own sympathy to BG? According to the Tobago Times, dated today's date, 88 years ago, carried not 1 but 2 articles discussing the fact that most of what was then British Guyana was submerged underwater. One article headlined "British Guyana Flooded" gave the details of the devastation. According to that article, the flooding was so bad, emergency legislation empowered the government to take wartime measures to control food prices and to temporarily suspend the export of rice and cattle. Then Governor of the Sir Edward Denham said the country of Guyana, as we know it now, was facing a crisis and paid tribute to the villagers' seemingly unshakable fortitude in the midst of the worst flood disaster in memory. The article continued, stating that the rain started in earnest on December 20th and had poured a daily deluge of rain on the colony. But after 11 hours of rainfall from Sunday, January 11th to Monday, January 12th, large sections of the capital, Georgetown, were inundated. it was believed that most of the entire 200 miles of Guyanese coast was submerged, stretching several miles inland. The water had not receded for some weeks. The estimated damage was up to the time of the article was $1.5 million, which is over $31 million in 2022 money. The death toll was 16, with many being forcibly evacuated from their homes. The second article, carried by the Tobago Times, entitled Tobago's Sympathy for B Guyana, outlined not only the fact that the West Indian community was rallying around the colony, but also extended Tobago's compassion for the destructive event. The Tobago Times article discussed the strides Guyana had been making under Governor Denham over the past 3 years and how the floods seemed to all but erase that progress overnight. You've been watching This Day in Tobago History. My name is Devon Adana. Be sure to join us after the break. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much there, Devon Adana.
Ria, is it just me? I'm sitting here and I'm only hearing stuff stalking me in my mind.
That's right. It's playing. It's playing. It's really catchy.
I know it just keeps playing. Who do we have up next, Ria?
So coming up next, Julian and viewers, we are going to be chatting with Ainsley King. Ainsley King is the president of TUCO, and he's going to be on the program. There he is. Good morning and welcome to Ainsley King.
Morning.
Good to see you again.
Morning.
Yeah, we're hearing you loud and clear. Yeah, we're hearing you. Ainsley King, you look well. It seems as though the pandemic has been agreeing with you.
Well, I guess it's the setter hustle, because they have just announced last week, because it was very uncertain. They were uncertain as to whether or not they will be having the carnival. And last week they have decided, well, they are going with it. So immediately is pace going down the road. So that is what is happening with me here. But if you say I'm looking well, I take that.
5 weeks. 5 weeks. Sorry, 5 weeks to go. How are you? How can you put together a show? How do you work it all in 5 weeks? How can you?
Okay, well, the planning really started. The discussion started months ago with the NCC and all the six, Tobago, the Mass people, and also Calypso. So we were kind of ahead with the planning, and we were like putting things in place, awaiting the announcement. And I think we are in a good position because we are kind of ahead with the planning. And since that is a scaled down, and it's a scaled down carnival, the planning wouldn't be as hectic as how the normal carnival would be. But what we have done though is that we in Calypso have actually negotiated on behalf of all the Calypso tents in Trinidad, like the Review, the Croco tent, and the Back to Basic tents, and some of the other tents. So we have something in place for all the tents, and we are also considering to see what we could do for the two Tobago tents. I went to a meeting like last week Monday, with Megan, the Secretary of Tourism, the Assistant Secretary, and coming out of that meeting, a decision was made to not have Carnival, the Safe Zone Carnival that is set to kick off on the 4th for us, Calypso. But they intended to do the Tobago Carnival in October. But what we intend to do is to try to see what we could do for the Tobago Calypsonians, right? So we have them in our plan. So after today, we are going to know exactly what we're going to do for Tobago. But we are in a good position. We are set to go. We intend to kick off on the 4th. The venue for Calypso will be at the Queen's Hall. There's an area that is set up there. Very nice, very nicely organized for the safe zone situation, and all the Calypso tents will be having 2 nights in that safe zone. We are also catering for virtual events also. Starting on the 4th, we have the collaboration with TV6 and TUCO. where we have the veteran. I don't know if you all are familiar with the veteran show. That was the only show that was held on Carnival Sunday night, the last Carnival Sunday night, the veteran show. So we have that. We have 2 series of that will be featuring more of the veteran Calypsonians like Sugarlows. We have King Luther involved, Bali, Jupiter, and a few others. But in the first show, we had like Johnny King, All-Rounder, Explainer, Winston Peters, Gypsy, and that kind of thing. So Calypsonians from that era, they are the ones that is going to be showcased.
So Ainsley, tell me something. Can we look forward to it in terms of showcasing the talent only, or still our usual competitive element, the extempo, the calypso, etc.?
I find I see myself kind of half the way in the picture.
Because you're shifting where you shouldn't be shifting. So center yourself. Yeah, come across some more. No, next way. That's right. No, go back again. Go back again. Stop. Okay, now you just sit back. Okay, that's better. We'll take that. We'll take that.
We have to work with that. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes. So what I was asking you about is tell us particularly, will these just be shows where the entertainers have an opportunity to showcase their talent? Or will we see the competitive side return in terms of, similar to the Marsh Gras, extempo, and so on?
Yes, Julian, of course, I'm glad you asked that question, because we will be having the normal Calypso Monarch competition. We'll be having the prelims. We're going to be starting the prelims. We're also going to be discussing what form we're going to take with that prelims, whether we are going to go with CDs or we are going to set up to have the Calypsonians come to be judged. And we have the semi-final up at Naparima, right? Because that is the venue that is set to be the safe zone venue in the South. And that event is an event that people have grown to become accustomed to, an institution in the South. So we keep it in the Southland. But we also have the Marsh Gras on Carnival Sunday night. So Calypsonians in Tobago, we are going to be sending the judges in Tobago so that you all could be judged to be a part of the competition. We also have the extempo. Julian, we also have the extempo competition too. And we are negotiating with the chutney people. We have a meeting. I'm looking to get out the hotel just now and go. We have a meeting with George Singh, and we also have a meeting with another representative of the chutney community. They have a what they call an intellectual chutney competition, which we are considering to have it on the Calypso Rama night, where we have the extempo on display and some other events, right? So we're going to give them that space, but we definitely intend to create that diversity working with the Indian community here in Trinidad.
All right. I heard you mention specifically one of the venues in South. Tell us, what are the safe zone venues for Carnival so far within the Trinidad and Tobago space?
Nice question, Julian, man. So they have the Naparima Bowl, they have Queen's Hall, and we also have the Savannah, the Queen's Park Savannah in Trinidad.
All right. Anywhere identified in Tobago yet? Or is that going to come in your upcoming discussion?
Well, Tobago is not expected. Well, the announcement, the Tobago is not expected to have Carnival. But if we have to do a safe zone for Calypso in Tobago, then we will have to negotiate with the Tobago House of Assembly people and also the health authority people to find that place in Tobago so that we could use it.
Okay, I mean that's where the talks have been heading, about having that safe zone carnival for 2022. So I guess we will see how that unfolds as time progresses. We've got, like I said, 5 weeks to go, and that's where the conversation is heading. Yeah?
Yeah, but I mean, we are guided by the health protocols, so and also the national security people. They are really the ones who are really directing this, because the intention is to see how safe it could be, and I am quite confident, that the outcome of this will be positive because I've been to different meetings, planning, and are also looking at the safest ways out. And so far, I am very confident with the discussions that we had. And my expectation is that this scaled down carnival, they call it a taste of carnival. I'm quite sure that it will turn out to be successful. And the thing is that some people believe that it is insensitive to keep the carnival, and we understand that because we see what is happening wrong. But one of the things that people have to understand is that life use and the carnival art, the relevance of the carnival arts, it needs to be projected at some form because in other parts of the world, what you're seeing is that they are ahead of us, and they have found ways to actually have the carnival. And what we saw almost happen is that there are dates, there are a lot of countries that have taken the Trinidad and Tobago date where carnival is concerned. And that is something that, we believe that should be protected, because if we lose that date, when things get back normal, what you might find happening is that, Trinidad Carnival might not be having the kind of attendance that it normally has, So, and then the thing is what we have to look at, to Ria and Julian, is that the art form, as I always keep saying, it was used for giving information, to educate, and to also entertain. And this is a time that I think that it is necessary, because trust me, I know the therapy that entertainment could create. And even people who are not feeling well, sometimes a smile will bring about some kind of regenerate them and send their feelings in a total different direction. So we have to look at it from those angles, because anything that could motivate, anything that could stimulate people to feel better, it should be presented to them. And I think that the carnival arts definitely is an area that does that.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ainsley King, for chatting with us this morning. Always a pleasure having you on the program. Julian?
Ria, it's been a beautiful morning. We have started the conversation. We're hearing some mixed views, but ultimately we look forward to what is best for Tobago. And honestly, if the majority of stakeholders really believe, and they are okay with the fact about putting things off and really preparing for a year or so later, then we got to support the industry in that regard.
Definitely. And like you said, we will see how things unfold. We have a matter of weeks to go, so we will see what happens then. Yeah? But Julian, always good to have you. Even if you're not here in person, even if, and you're there, it's good. It's good.
Happy for us to connect, Ria.
Always.
Thank you so much to our viewers.
Definitely. We want to apologize very quickly before we go for there was an outage earlier on, but just to let you know that the entire show is going to be streamed online after we end off. So you can check it back and you can see, all that you may have missed. All right. And we just want to let you know that coming up on the program tomorrow, we will be outside. In fact, we will be outside at the Division of Education. Julian, again, we wish you were here. You never know. You never know. All right, so have a great day.
You never know.
Have a great day, Tobago, Trinidad, Caribbean, and those of you on the live. Be safe. Remember to wear your mask, socially distance, or sanitize and socially distance yourself. That's right. Yeah, we take it like that, Julian. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
I want to share my love, but it's got to be with someone who's precious. You're never gonna get my love, accepting that you're real, real precious. You're never gonna cramp my style, baby, cause I get a lot of pleasure. And if